Well, imagine riding your bike from Minneapolis all the way to International Falls and then back again. You'd be pretty tired after something like that, huh?
Okay, so now imagine doing that 25 times. Fox 9's Maury Glover caught up with a man who just got back from one super long bike ride. Maury?
Well, last August, we told you how Jim Rinstra was biking through Central and South America, but now he's back home in Minnesota. He's still tallying up how much he collected for cancer research, but we caught up with him this afternoon to find out how it went and what's next.
Yeah, it's been good.
The bike Jim Rinstra nicknamed Mother Trucker may be boxed up and a little worse for wear, but after 18 months on the road together, at least one of them made it back to Minnesota in one piece.
It's great. It's a little overwhelming right now, you know, trying to get used to this way of life and not living out of a tent or 4 saddlebags. But overall, it's been amazing.
I want to dance by water beneath the Mexican sky.
Rinstra left Zimmerman, Minnesota a year and a half ago to bike to the southern tip of Argentina to honor his father who died from pancreatic cancer and to raise money for cancer research. He chronicled his adventures on his blog, Pedaling for Pennies, which was followed by up to 20,000 people around the world.
The people I met, they were so giving and helpful throughout this entire trip. You know, some fed me, some, you know, gave me a place to stay, and overall, I think that's the thing that I'm gonna remember the most from this trip, besides the great views and all that, is definitely the culture and the people.
Are you with me?
573 days, 14 countries, and 15,000 miles later, Rinstra finished the final leg of his trip, pulling into Ushuaia, Argentina, a stone's throw from Antarctica, where he was met by a few close friends to mark the end of his journey.
The last week, it felt like it was time to come home. I was pedaling Terra del Fuego, and it was just headwinds of 40 and 50 and 60 mile an hour headwinds, just day in and day out. And yeah, by the time I hit the Ushuaia sign, I was like, all right, I've had enough of this adventure for now. The end of the world.
Despite what he called his final blog post, Rinstra says the end of his trip is not the end of the world. In fact, he says chances are he'll be back on his bike and on another adventure before long.
It's been a wild ride. It's a good feeling. It definitely shows me that I can push myself even harder. It just kind of lets me know what can be accomplished and what can't, and anything you really strive for, it's pretty much possible, I believe now.
Are you with me? Are you with me?
Maury Glover, Fox 9 News.
Great pictures.